we are here to continue. And I forgot to put the title again, but it's a good thing. We've got the thumbnail. So for those of you who chose Deck 9, 10, 11, and 12, we hope to get through those. Oh yeah, I did put the title. We hope to get through those on this live. So Most High God, if there's anybody trying to interfere with this reading, please block them so we can receive the messages that you brought us here to receive. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you so very much. Okay, so let's see. too weak. God is greater. Hello. Okay. Nice try. No cigar. That was fun. Okay. So, deck number 9. Those who were drawn to deck number 9 regarding your work, let's find out what the message is for us. How long did that take? 15 minutes. Okay. They're trying, y'all. They're trying to stop me. They're trying very hard. You want to know where I learned that from? I learned that at God's school. Where is God's school? Everywhere, including within self. I didn't know I was in a battle just now. I was just doing what I felt was right. It was revealed to me at the end that I was being fought against in the spirit realm. And them bitches lost. As they rightly should. Good over evil, we say. Love conquers hate. Right over wrong. Light over the darkness. As we say, there's a new party in power, and it's called the Light Party. Okay, the light is right, and the dark is in park. The light is full of might, and the dark is in park. Or the light has the might, and the dark is in park. Good over evil, we say. Badness out of style. You have been booted out of office. The power is not with you. Okay, so the subject matter for you, number 9, we've got expect a powerful change. So the card is in the upright, but I felt a heaviness to it. Okay, so we got balance, spirituality, and practicality. Well, like I said, there was a heaviness to it. Oh, so when it was in the reverse, it felt lighter, but it felt wrong. In the upright, it felt heavier, but it felt right. So the message is balance, spirituality, and practicality. So that means that it's not going to be easy to do, but it's worth the effort. Okay? So, what does it mean to balance spirituality and practicality? Right away, I'm getting alignment with that. So, let what's in your mind align with what you do. So, a lot of the times we'll get the right idea in our mind, but because we look at our physical circumstances, we get scared and we don't follow our mind. We don't follow our gut. We don't follow that divine guidance. And then we make decisions based on our fears. Okay, and then we have reason to regret and say, you know what, I should have followed my mind, I should have done this, and I should have, coulda, woulda, but didn't. So God is saying, don't let this be one of those paragraphs in your story. Okay, so he said expect a powerful change. So if you push through your fears and balance what your intuition is telling you with what you do in real life, by bringing those two elements into alignment, you can expect a powerful change. Okay, but there are going to be elements in your practical life or your real world that's in conflict with what is in your spiritual world or the ideas that you get in your mind. That's the spiritual world. So this may look like, number one, like I said, your own fears, because you know how the system is set up, or maybe you're afraid to face your boss, or maybe you're afraid to implement some kind of new idea because you don't know how it's going to be received, or maybe there are people opposing what you feel within yourself is the right thing to do. You may be afraid of the consequences of doing the things that are following the ideas that come to your mind. But God says if you can find the strength within you, whether through prayer or through the resolves that God has already put in you, you can expect a powerful change. Okay, let's see the underlying issue. It's the same thing. Expect a powerful change. You're very close to achieving your goal. And if you look at life, any of you out there who's been studying life, you will realize that when you're about to really make a powerful stride, or you are really about to come upon something magnificent, it's like the challenges get harder. And you know, a lot of people, when they get to that point, they don't push through. And because they don't push through, they put themselves further away from their goal. When what we're supposed to do is keep pushing through, because our win is just beyond that point, you know? So it's like the enemies of our progress, they make it just really dark and daunting at that point where our win is just behind the curtain. You understand what I'm saying? So God is saying you need to push through your fears if you really want to win. It's right there. You are very close to achieving your goal. Let's see. Emotions are running high. It's time to release negativity. So there's the monsters. There's the monsters that's standing at the curtain trying to intimidate you into making a run away from your goal. So like I said, there comes negativity. Could be our own negative thoughts, our own negative beliefs, or the negative behavior of others towards us. Okay? So God said, just push all that aside and keep going. Okay? A personal issue will reach resolution. Once you let go of the negativity, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you will achieve. Bring love into the situation. So let your love of God and your knowledge of God's love for you, God's love and protection for you, outweigh any negative elements that are in your zone. Know that God wants you to win. God wants us to win. But it's going to take we ourselves pushing past our fears and our doubts to see that come to reality. Okay? Yeah, bring love into the situation, and then we have a new romantic cycle begins. So that new romantic cycle beginning is like, first you had to remind yourself that you are loved by the divine and God want you to win. Then you're basically living in that love. So it's like it becomes a natural part of you. So once you overcome this hump in your life, the lessons that you learn from this experience, you can take with you through every other experience in your life. Because it's like now you're going to walk through the earth like you know you're blessed. You know? A win-win outcome is forecast. You know you're blessed. Believe in the impossible. You know you're blessed. So all the odds look like they're stacked against us. God said, don't believe the hype. Okay? Do not talk yourself out of your blessing. That's right behind the curtain. Okay? Don't do that to yourself. Right. So that's number 9. So just know that there are elements trying to stop you from getting to your next level, because your next level is actually the win that you've been working so hard for. So they're going to make this part of your journey look as scary and as intimidating as possible to make you delay yourself from reaching your rightful achievements, your destiny, your goal. Okay? They don't want us to reach our goals. Because you must imagine, when we get put into our rightful places, a lot of things are going to be shifted. Because if there's somebody sitting in our seat, if there's somebody holding our position, they're going to have to move. And that's going to change people's lives drastically. So they're not going to want to make those changes, because maybe those changes include pay cuts. Maybe that change definitely includes losing their title because it's ours. You see, losing their status, losing their connections, losing their authority. somebody's about to get a big L and we are about to get a big W. So those who know that we are about to come and take our rightful place, those who are sitting in our spot, those who are benefiting from this other person being in our spot, they're going to fight with all their might to try to deter us from keep pressing forward. Basically, they're stealing our destiny. Because it's like maybe it was their destiny at one point, but with all this shifting that the earth is doing in these times, the new world that's started to get built, we need to be in our position. So those who are in those positions now from the time of the previous world order, they need to move because they don't have the mindset necessary to properly erect the new world. They don't have the mindset. So if we don't push through and take our rightful places, then we delay the erection of the new world, thereby delaying our happiness and the happiness of those who are meant to benefit from our rise. Okay? That includes our family, our community, our nation, and whoever else. Okay? So put God at the front when we feel weak, because God is always strong, right? And we will have renewed strength. Okay, so 10. Those of you who were drawn to number 10. Well, those of us, because that's me too. It's not me, it's God doing it. When I'm doing this, I'm not thinking, I'm just moving. I heard somebody ask, how the hell does she do that? It's not me. I'm just the I'm just the tool. I'm the robot. I'm not the programming. Let's put it like that. God is the programmer. I do what I'm programmed to do. When you're doing this, the less thinking, the more pure. The less thinking you do, the more connected you are. Because we have to recognize we are not the ones doing it. The moment we believe that we're the ones doing it, we water down the message. Because God is like, since you think you're the one doing it, go ahead then. Feel. And that is once God has okayed your entry. If God searches your heart and God sees you unworthy, like your intentions are impure, God will not open up the files for you. So you can know how to do it, but you need clearance from the master. Or else God will just fill you up with gibberish. Because your intentions are impure. You want the information, but for the wrong reasons. Light is right. Dark is in park. That's the season we're in right now. Okay? You want to get by in life? You need to tap into your integrity. You need to acknowledge that we have a moral compass, moral responsibilities, and so on and so on. Goodness rule in these times. I keep saying it because it's true. Okay? So the subject matter for those of us who were drawn to number 10, we got rebelling against being tricked into or out of something. So we got to keep our wits about us. Or we can just pray for guidance. Instead of working harder, we work smarter. And just do a prayer and give the whole situation to God. And remember that we gave the situation to God. So whatever happens, that's what God wanted to happen. And just keep going. And watch things work out. Because the enemy is very powerful. Only God has the strength and the wit to outsmart these people. Because there's like one of us and a whole group of them. But God is greater. Okay. So we got influencing health or diet. And it was in the reverse. Well, it was funny. I think this is the same card that was flipping just now, and I just pushed it back in the deck because I don't. There's a certain connection that I have to have with cards, and if I don't feel that, they don't get my attention. Right? Every reader has their own formula as to how they interact with the cards. And that is mine. Okay, it's this one. So it's in the reverse. Influencing health or diet in the reverse. And the underlying, the subject matter was rebelling against being tricked into or out of something. Influencing health or diet. Let's check out the underlying issue. It'll make more sense. So we got rebelling against being indoctrinated. So this is our mental health. Rebelling against being indoctrinated. Or not really our mental health, but being fooled. So it's like there's a need for us to be mindful of the videos that we watch, the people we listen to, the books we read, the information that's coming into us. We need to be mindful. Okay? Not everything is authentic. Not all of the information is authentic. Some of them are carefully fabricated lies. The type of lies that seem like they can be true, but are not. It's like it's such a good lie. It's such a good fake. It's such an immaculate pretense that it could almost pass for truth. You know? So there's a need for us to watch out when it comes to the things that people are saying to us, maybe even signing contracts. Like I said, the videos that we watch, the things that we choose to share with the public on our platforms, maybe even the things that we tell ourselves, maybe even the way that we ourselves interpret what we are hearing or seeing or reading. Okay? So, let's see. So we got rebelling against being indoctrinated to influence division. Right. So that's what they're trying to do. The same divide and conquer tactics. So causing us to fight against people, whether word battles or physical fights, or choosing to cut people out that we need in our life to help us when it comes to our work, or inviting people who will be the trying to aid our downfall into our work. Okay? So just know that there are a lot of traps being set for us when it comes to our work. So we got influencing health or diet in the reverse. So if it's in the upright, then that means there is the power to influence our health or diet. This is our reputation. This is the type of health that is talking about health and diet. Our reputation, what comes into us and what goes out of us, what we allow around us and what we kick out from being around us. Okay, so if it's able to influence, then in the reverse, not being able to influence. Yeah, so there's a need for us to pay attention to the indoctrinations because they're going to influence division and further the one world government agenda. Divide and conquer. And once you're somebody who is serving the light, once you're somebody who's serving God, just know that there's always going to be the potential for there to be Judas or Judases right in our midst, because they're there to work on us from the inside in our minds. out. They're there to destroy us from the inside out. Because if you destroy a person's way of seeing things, or if you control how someone sees things, you control what they do on a daily basis. Okay? So once someone has control over your mind, they have control over your whole life, basically. So there's a need for us to do our own research, do our due diligence, and when you're not sure about something, ask God for that divine guidance. Okay? So yeah, they want to bait us into fight. Bait us into a fight because we're rebelling for better working contract terms. So basically, they don't want to give us what we deserve. They don't want us to fulfill the positions that we rightfully deserve to be in. They don't want us to get credit for our work. They don't want the world to see us. They don't want the world to know of us. They want to hide us. If they can't destroy us from inside our own minds, or deter us from inside our own minds, they're going to try to do things in the physical, like try to destroy our reputation. So tell people bad things about us so that they end up hating us, or they end up seeing us in some kind of negative light that causes the division. Okay? Simply because we want what's rightfully ours, rebelling for better working contract terms. So, there are people around us in our work world who don't want us to reach the heights and the positions that we rightfully deserve. And they're willing to do anything that they can to stop us, because it's all about the one world government agenda. So whoever you are, just know that you have a role to play in stopping this nonsense from coming about. So the fight is going to be even greater than the average person in our personal realm. We are targets. We are like, if there's a list of people that these people want to target, who they need to stop in order for their one world government and their new world vision, their new world order vision to manifest, they know that people like myself is a key player. And whoever else you are that was connected to number 10, you are also a key player. So if you didn't know that whatever you are doing for work is important enough to have the power to stop this one world government agenda, now you know. So you should take yourself more seriously. You should be more vigilant when it comes to who is in your environment, what types of posts come up on your social media, who you have in your life, the family members that you got around you, anybody and anything that they can use. Maybe your food, if you're suffering a sickness, before you start freaking out and think that somebody is like, they can fake STDs. Okay? So before you start believing that there's something physically wrong with you and you go to their doctors, because the hospitals is mostly run by them, the energy is still muddy right now. Check your foods, start eliminating foods and try to figure out what has been contaminated, influencing health or diet. They can fake impotency. They have drugs to fake impotency, make you think that your penis isn't working anymore. They have drugs to fake STDs or potions or whatever you want to call them, to fake STDs. They put these things in our food. They have things to make you think like you have some kind of cancer, or you know what I'm saying, to mess with your breathing, whatever you're suffering from. Just know that it's not real. It's something that they're putting in your environment, like they do with these gas emissions that they put in the light bulbs and the electrical sockets and stuff like that. this is how people like us need to think, because this is how our enemies think. We have enemies of the highest order. So when it comes to the fight that comes towards us, it's going to be fights of the highest order where it make us sound crazy. Okay? It make our life sound like a spy movie, because it is. Okay? Be mindful of your toothpaste. Be mindful of your water. Be mindful of your milk, your sugar. Be mindful of your fruits. Make sure that like they're not injected with anything. I'm not trying to get you paranoid, but that's why it's good to just invite God into your situation so you don't have to live a life of paranoia. Okay, God will let you know something in your spirit, a vibe will tell you, yeah, don't have that. Okay, you might even hear a voice telling you to have a small portion of that or something. But if your vibe don't agree with that voice, then ignore the voice. Follow your vibe. No matter what happens, always follow your vibe. Because we are prone to telepathic infiltration. Okay? The same way God can talk to us is the same way that our fellow evil men, our fellow men who choose to walk the path of evil, I should say, they also have the skills to tap into us telepathically. They can infiltrate our dreams. So don't believe every dream you have. Some dreams are from God. Some dreams are these idiots trying to infiltrate so that they can gather information from us or plant information into our minds. Okay? Put us in scenarios to see how we might respond, looking for our weak spots. Yeah. So you have to know who you are and understand what kind of challenges who you are brings into your life. You have to understand the game from your own perspective, your own status. If you were nobody, they wouldn't work this hard on you or on me. If I was nobody, if I was powerless, they wouldn't spend so much time and money and effort trying to guide me in a particular way that will benefit their one world order agenda. You understand? So, depending on how hard your life is, you need to recognize who you are. Because some of us don't know ourselves yet. Some of us don't realize exactly how important we are yet. We just go around cussing God, thinking that life is so unfair and why does my life have to be so hard. It's because the enemy sees what you have and what you are capable of, but you haven't seen it yet. You need to pay attention to yourself and give yourself the credit that you truly deserve. The bigger your fight, the more important you actually are. You're not cursed. They're trying to make you think you are. Because once they convince you that you're cursed, then you're truly cursed. Because only we can curse ourselves. Somebody outside of ourselves can try to convince us that we are worthless, that we are misfortunate or cursed, that we are whatever they want us to believe. They can try as hard as they want to, but it only takes effect when we tell ourselves that we are misfortunate or cursed or worthless or doomed to be alone all the days of our life. Okay? So you need to know who you are. Don't let the world tell you who you are. Don't let your circumstances help you to conclude who you are. Because the way that people feel about us is more of a reflection of how they see us rather than who we truly are. So if your life is full of difficulty, you need to stop for a moment and really understand why. And if you're watching this right now and you're drawn to number 10, then what I'm saying to you, there's no mistake in who you are in the grand scheme of life's big game. Okay? You're an MVP. You're a VIP. But they want to convince you otherwise so that you will forfeit your position and your destiny. Okay? Okay. Yeah. They want to create disappointment inside of us so that we can ruin ourselves from the inside. Look, attempt to save image or reputation. Create anger. Collapse the business. You see? So once we start to realize who we are and start to protect ourselves, they're going to get angry because we're fucking up their plans. They want we're a lot of plans. And then they're going to start panicking. So we got fulfilling their end of the bribe, giving information, rebelling to include God worship. So this would be me, okay? And once we start worshiping God, they get even more fearful. So they fear when we believe in ourselves, and they fear even more when we add God to our formula. Okay? God is the mystery ingredient. We cannot do this on our own. We could never. Okay? So, I'm fulfilling my end of the bribe or my end of the deal or my destiny by giving you the information to tell you you need to rebel to include God worship. So anybody is trying to convince you to desert God and hate God because God made your life so difficult and it's God's fault why you're suffering and all these things. Shit. Nah. It's because of God why you're still alive. It's because of God why you're hearing this message right now and you're starting to see yourself for who you truly are. And all the things that you went through in the past, when your mind wasn't aware of who you actually are, those were your training sessions. So now you can look back and see what you've learned. Just like I could come and tell you now that they can put things in your food and when you consume them, they make your body react like it has an STD. Or it make your penis don't stand up. It's because I've experienced these things. They mess with your toothpaste. You find your teeth always tingling when you've always had healthy teeth and you still practice healthy eating and healthy living, but your teeth feel tingly. Check your toothpaste, or maybe even your toothbrush. You find yourself developing illnesses of any kind. Before you go to the doctor, check your environment. There's something that they put in your environment. Maybe something under your carpet, something like right next to your bed. Any place that you chill out a lot, these are the places that these horrible motherfuckers will plant their devices and their little tricks and traps that's meant to convince us of things that are not true. So if I wasn't aware of my environment by now, I would have taken on some kind of horrible, like lung disease or some kind of horrible respiratory sickness, and I would think that it's a legitimate sickness when they're the ones who put me in a house that was set up. The house has been rigged. The light fixtures have been rigged to emit these poisonous gases into the environment. Even my very phone screen is emitting these horrible gases into the environment. Don't ask me how the people them do that. Pay attention. And don't panic. Pray. Invite God so you can have peace while you're going through this storm. Because you are destined to win, like I am destined to win. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah, so once we start to bring God into this situation, they get fearful and they start using the government more to try and hold us down and basically hurt the people around us, and they just do a whole bunch of stuff to kind of keep our minds busy and keep us in a state of anger or fear or confusion. Don't believe the hype, okay? Pay attention to what concerns you only. There's somebody else for that. So God has people in government to deal with these legislations that they think they can use against we the people. God already has everybody strategically set where they're supposed to be. There's people in the health system, there's people in the educational system. So they have their bad guys set up everywhere, and God has its good guys set up everywhere. Okay? So don't try to fix everything and everyone. Everything and everyone is not your concern. Follow your vibe. Like me, I'd be here chilling out and I'd hear people's name just being called in my head, and it's not all of them that I respond to because I don't feel connected. It's like, that's not my business. And the thing is, people need to seek God themselves. People need to stand up and do right by themselves instead of trying to find somebody to save them. Because God communes with all of us through our dreams, through the movies, through the books that we read, whether it's the Bible or some magazine or some kind of reading on somebody's shirt randomly, or they're out somewhere and they hear somebody in the background having a conversation, and that conversation hits them because they know that that's their message. Sometimes even the fucking breeze flowing through the trees sound like God talking to you. So if people choose not to pay attention to when God is talking to them, then we are not obligated to bother ourselves trying to see to this person and that person and that person and that person and that person. We are not God. That's going to make us tired. We need time to recoup our own self, take care of our own family. We got dishes to wash and food to cook. While people are ignoring God talking to them directly. If they don't care to open their mind and their heart and turn their eyes onto God, then it's not our problem. Because that's the objective. That's our objective, is to turn people towards God. Include God worship. Pay attention to they need to learn to pay attention to their dreams, pay attention to their environment. Let their faith override their fears. We cannot save anyone. We have to all save ourselves. We can help someone, but everybody is not meant to be helped by us all the fucking time. We have our own immediate concerns to take care of. And that includes resting, doing nothing, recouping our serenity, revitalizing our soul. We need time to recharge. Okay? So know what concerns you and know what don't concern you. Don't believe all the hype you see on social media and allow them to evoke your emotions. Just see that shit and just fucking scroll. Like, whatever. If you feel drawn to it, you will even scroll back and pay attention to it. So feel free to just scroll past it. If you're meant to pay attention to it, if you're meant to address it or whatever, you will feel it. Your vibe will tell you. And if there's any conflicting vibe within you, do nothing. If you can't make up your mind this way or that way, do nothing. And I suggest that you get into your own forms of divination. Whether it's flipping a freaking coin, or reading cards, or tea leaves, or coffee, or whatever the hell you choose to do. Incense, smoke, whatever means, you need to find a way to communicate with God, like an email. Immediate response. And before you do any form of divination, clear the airways. That's why you hear me say that prayer. Most High, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Clear the airways. So you know whatever communication you get is straight from the divine, because you ask the divine to get rid of every fucking body else. I ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking straight to the headmaster. No middleman, no middlewoman. We need to recognize who we are, and we need to learn how to be who we are very well. Because our job, our position, our purpose is very important. We are here to block that. So yeah, they're gonna try use their law to cast their spells. So because they put it on the law books, everybody's supposed to get frightened and be like, oh, it's the new rule now. These people make up the rules as they go along. If they can make them up, they can undo them same way. Yeah. It's a plea for help. So when they make up these fake ass rules and they push them on the people, it's because they know that they're fucking failing. So it's their plea for help. Trying to use their power against us. Those laws have the power that we give it. And God has people in the police. God has people in the government. God has people in the army. God has people everywhere. So we don't need to solve everything. God got people for that. We only need to pay attention to our own sect, our own division. As you can see, I'm in the communications division. I'm in the law division. I'm in human relations. I'm in psychology. This is my post. This is what I know. This is what I can do. This is what I can offer in the grand scheme of things. So it's for you to now realize, where do you fit in effortlessly? That's your post. Okay? That's the role that you're supposed to be fulfilling in the grand scheme of things. There's a reason why your knowledge is extensive in that field or those fields. God was preparing you for this time, training you, teaching you for this time. So now it's time for you to acknowledge those lessons and implement them, so that we put the dark where it belongs, in park. All right, so that's 10. Woohoo! Okay. So if you're drawn to number 11, Let's see how the shuffle is gonna go. Leave me alone, okay? We are the new police. All the people in the house say, whoop, whoop. Yeah, whoop, whoop. We are the new police. That's the sound of our car coming. Our police car. Whoop, whoop. Rasta people in the house say, whoop, whoop. Shit. Who's gonna police the police, bruv? Who's gonna govern the fucking government? Eh? We can see that they're not doing a very good job. They're breaking their rules. They're making it up as they go along. They're overstepping their authority. They have no integrity. So will the real police please stand up? The real police who love policing and believe in integrity. It's like, it don't matter who you are in society. You commit the crime, you need to do the time, period. That's what we need. That's where we're headed. You don't get to send the soldiers overseas to fight wars for any stupid reason. The soldiers are there to fight meaningful wars. If they're gonna give their life, they must give their life because you want to go steal other people's things. You don't want to pay another country, for what you need from them. You want to steal it. You want to intimidate them and all type of thing. Using people's lives like they're fucking toys. And then after they come back, they end up living on the street. Fucking lost fingers and lost arms and fucking psychologically traumatized and fucking lost foot. Forever tormented. And you don't even see it fit to say, well, these people who found it within themselves to offer their lives for the benefit of themselves and their fellow men, their country, these people will forever be taken care of. They're supposed to get free or very low cost medical care for the rest of their life. No matter what form of medical care that they're supposed to have a house to live in. Then you won't have to beg people to want to join the army. Who don't want them type of perks? But the people who are in charge of society, they're so greedy. They're so mean. They're so stingy. They're so vile. They don't even have it within them to show gratitude for people who are willing to put their life on the line for their fuckery. Because when they're getting into these wars, we don't even know why they're even getting into these wars. We know what they tell us. We know what they tell us. But some of us know that what they're telling us isn't even true. You put your life on the line for these people and then you come back after all that traumatization. And you can't afford housing. You can't afford medical care. There's nobody looking out for the aftermath of your willingness to sacrifice your life for the betterment of yourself and everybody else. Is this the type of society that y'all are really fighting for? Is this the type of thing that y'all want to see continue? Because when y'all fight against people like myself who stand against things like this, you're fighting to continue that type of wayward behavior. And you're not making any sense. And if you're benefiting, if you're one of the few people that they're giving money to secretly, then how selfish are you to only want to look out for yourself and don't care about others? You can expect a downfall. That's a lot of bad karma that you're stacking up for yourself. Because you know that these people are wrong. People are supposed to have stood up against things like this. Things like this aren't supposed to exist in any society. Do you know what it means to be a soldier? To join the army? From you join the army, you're supposed to have your mind already made up that you may not make it out alive. You're willing to lay down your life for what you believe in, for the people that you're willing to protect. Your family, your friends, your neighborhood. You leave and go out on the battlefield to protect them and the rights and freedoms that they enjoy. You do that for them. Anybody who offer up themselves in an army don't do it for themselves. What kind of human being does that? That human being, they deserve the highest of the highest aftercare. Shouldn't need anybody to tell you that that's what should happen to people like those. And then every year y'all wanna have this period where you celebrate the fucking soldiers. We are the soldiers. How many of them are living on the streets? How many of them are suffering from psychological damage that fucking torment their life every day and they have nobody to talk to? How many of them have taken their lives? Go to battle, come back with their life and limbs, and then end up taking their own life. Because nobody cares. The people who are supposed to care, they don't care. And these are the same people that they go out and fight their battles. Because what they're telling them they're fighting for, 99% of the time is not the truth. It's some personal shit. They use the army as their own personal fighters. For their own personal battles. Just like they use the government funds for their own personal benefit. And then charge the people the bill. Charge the bill to the people in taxes and inflation when they make bad choices and they lose money. And this is the type of society that you people are fighting to continue, to perpetuate. Something wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Something wrong with people who fight to keep the system as it is. This shit is very broken. It's out of order. And it needs fixing. So, number 11. You felt drawn to number 11. Let's get your message. Shit. Maybe you're soldiers. Maybe there are soldiers drawn to number 11. Maybe that's why I did that whole little speech just now. But let's see. But it was in my spirit to say it. So I just let it rip. Because it's ridiculous. And I'm not a professional when it comes to those matters. It's just standard. It's common sense. Where's your gratitude? Where's your gratitude to everybody that decided, you know what? I'm going to fight for my country. I'm going to fight for our freedoms. I'm going to stand up for my people. Whether I lose my life or not, at least I know I'm doing the right thing. Somebody's got to do it. It's a hard job, but somebody has got to do it. And it's in my spirit to do it. How many soldiers' families are telling them, no, don't do it because they don't want to lose their loved one? What kind of person offer up themselves as a living sacrifice for the betterment of others and then come back and not be appreciated? You're serving in the wrong army. You need to serve in God's army. I got great benefits. Because look at how many of you are coming against me and you still can't stop me. You're fighting for the wrong army. You should go where you're appreciated, not tolerated. Not tolerated and exacerbated. I'm hearing exacerbated. Just get used and dashed aside like you're trash. Let me see what exacerbated means. Come off the screen. Make a problem or bad situation or negative feeling worse. Yeah, they made your life worse. Is it go where you're appreciated, not tolerated, and exacerbated. They just make your life worse with no consequence. Fucking crazy. I wanted to be a soldier. But I found out very early that the people I'd be serving, they're not people of integrity, and that's what changed my mind. I would have joined the real army. I love all that training. When I build a gym, that's what the fuck is gonna look like, an army training battlefield. Does it make sense? It makes sense. It makes sense. That's what a typical gym should look like. Not all that boring, sleepy stuff that they got in these gyms. They're necessary, yeah, but where's the cardio? Where's the cardio and where's the fun? because I carried myself looking like a civilian all my life, people misinterpret who I am. I'm a natural born soldier, man. It's in my blood. I'm a natural born soldier. I'm a lover before I'm a fighter, but I will fight. Fight for the right. If y'all can't look at my personality, people who know me, and tell that I belong in a bomberclot army, something wrong with you. You're just in a serious denial about who I am because you don't want to give me credit. You don't have to give me credit. I already got it, bitch. I'm not built like you. That's why I'm doing what the fuck I'm doing now. And I've been doing it for years. Standing up against the amount of people that I've been standing up against because I was built for this. It's a true part of my nature. This is not pretending. It's not for fucking entertainment purposes. So finally we're here. The subject matter, if you felt drawn to number 11, is there is a better way. Find it. Right. So there's a better way, man. Whatever you're doing, it's not the best. There's a better way to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. Find it. Guys, I'm gonna have to check which is upright or reverse for all of them because they all came out crazy. That one like that. That one like that. Hang on. Whoa, excusez-moi. That one like that. Now we read. Okay. So we got take bathroom breaks as necessary. And I was seeing the hyperventilating energy again, like somebody's fuming. So whatever it is that you're dealing with at work is pissing you off to no end. God said, breathe. Take some time out and just breathe. Okay? Breathe. There's a better way. However you've been going about achieving something at work is frustrating you because you're going the hard way. There's a better way. You see? Now you want me to give you extra information about how to do it. How about you find me and pay me for the readings? I am probably dealing with army people on this one. They got my phone blocked so you can't fucking contact me. Y'all supposed to know where the fuck I live. Fucking find me. And utilize my services because I need to get paid too. You got issues, I got issues. How about we help each other out? All my readings ain't for free. Because then we still have to wonder, well, how are we going to pay the rent next month? Enough money for food. To buy warm clothes. It's winter time now. If I have what you need and you have what I need, then we need to help each other. Alright. Sorry for talking to you like that. I'm a little bit frustrated because this has been going on for a very long time now. And it's like nobody is trying to pay me for my work, and everybody want me to work. Y'all want me to work without pay. And then you just go off and live your life, and nobody's thinking about me and my needs, or me and my daughter and our needs. After you get what you need from me, you just fuck off and go live your life, implementing what we told you. And what? What about me? Y'all don't know if I ate today. Y'all don't know if I ate yesterday. Y'all don't know if I got food in my cup. You understand what I'm saying? It breaks my heart, you know? I just find it to be very insensitive of people. Y'all need to overcome your fears and come fucking find me. If you need my services, unblock my phones. You're the ones with the you're the ones with the connections. You know people who know people who know people who can sort the shit out. So anyway, the next card we have, it says take time to eat to gain energy and avoid health issues, and that was in the reverse. So perhaps you're just eating too much. Your sadness is causing you to overeat. You just keep eating, 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 eating. You're like an emotional eater. That's not the answer. That's not going to solve your problem. So you need to first recognize what's making you feel how you're feeling. What exactly is your problem? What are you avoiding and running to food instead of tackling that problem? I just threw that out there for you for free. And let's see the next one. We got tell them the total cost of the service before doing anything else. And that also was in the reverse. So tell them the total cost of the service before doing anything else. So that means possibly you're out of work. Let's see the underlying issue. We got stay out of office politics and drama. And now is not the time to quit. So it seems like you're out of work, but you should be in work. Your method requires a little adjustment. There's a better way. Find it. So let's say your problem is that you don't have an income, you don't have a job or something like that. Let's say you're out of work, or you just hate where you work so much and you just want to quit. And not being able to quit is making you miserable, and when you're miserable you eat, 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 eat. You're not helping yourself. So first of all, please stop eating so much. Okay? Or you will not like what you see when you look in the mirror after a month or two. Okay? You need to find your problem and tackle your problem at the root. That's the first step we're gonna do, okay? Okay. So we got stay out of office politics and drama. Do that. Just be quiet. When you go to work, be quiet. You don't have nothing to say. You don't have no opinions about anything. You don't know anything about anything, even when you know everything about everything. You don't know nothing about nothing. Roger that? Roger that. Okay. And we got now is not the time to quit. So God is saying wherever you're at, that's where you're supposed to be. You just have to learn how to maneuver yourself in that toxic environment. So that means God has a purpose for you there. Maybe there are things that you still need to learn wherever you are, dealing with whoever you're dealing with in those horrible situations. So you must be a soldier. Okay? You're some kind of soldier, or you could be some kind of, like in the CIA, MI5, MI6. You're something like that. You belong to a 3-letter agency, or maybe you're a police, or something like that. And you don't, yeah, it stinks, don't it? That's why I went off into that long ass rant. Because even police, they risk their life on a daily basis. Good police, they knew the dangers of the job. Their wife, their mother, their father, their children, they know that it's so easy for daddy or mommy to go to work and not come back. Their brother and sister to go to work and something fuck up happen on that day and it's just over. They know. But these people, they risk their life and limbs and their psychological stability to bring order to society. They knew what they were getting into. They should be appreciated. They should be paid well too. And you see, because they're not paid well, and I feel like they're deliberately not paid well so that they can become corrupt. So those who are in charge of paying them, they pay them so little money because they want to be able to offer them money to do like bad things. If they're already well paid and well catered for financially, then it's harder to find someone who'd be willing to take money to do bad things. You understand? So that's the reason why people in this society who should be paid high wages aren't. Basketball players and football players are making, ridiculously larger amounts of money than fucking police and doctor and teacher. That's ridiculous. Who runs a society like that? We need to fix this. It's not okay. We need to find a way. And we need to do it looking sexy, so stop eating. Stop eating right now. Go eat some greens, go eat some veg. Steam some veg and season them up real nice. And put some chicken with that, barbecue some chicken in the oven. Season up your chicken, barbecue your chicken in the oven. Make sure you wash off your chicken first with some vinegar or some lime, preferably some vinegar. And then season up your chicken and stick them in the oven and cook them, and then make up your barbecue sauce, pour that on and put it in the oven, and then put your veg next to that, okay? And then you can have a nice salad. Make that shit taste good. Don't overdo with the cheese. Start taking care of yourself. So when we get the victory, we're going to like the pictures that we take forever. We're going to commemorate the moments with our pictures that we fucking did that. Our society was broken, and I helped in this department. I helped to fix that. Me and this person and that person and that person in the picture. So you need to make sure you're going to look sexy then. So stop eating so much right now. Right. But yeah. Your method needs so God has a duty for you. There's still a purpose for you to be in that fucking horrible work environment, okay? And I'm sorry that you have to go through that, but you were built for this. You were built for this. I feel like because you feel helpless, you don't have the answers, which is why you were asking me for the answers. You just feel kind of helpless. But first of all, you need to get out of that mind frame. You're not helpless. Maybe God is even giving you the answers in your dreams. Maybe the answers came up in a movie. Maybe you just don't have the courage to do whatever the answer you. Because sometimes when we pray, we get the answers that we pray for, but because we don't like what we hear, we fucking ignore it. And this is why I like these cards, because it's like fucking you see it. You see the answer there. You can't pretend like you didn't hear me. You can't pretend like you didn't understand the fucking message. You just don't like it. Just admit it. You just don't like what I answered you. That's what God is saying. God is saying just admit that you don't like the answer that you got. Just admit that you're scared. Just admit that you're worried. Okay? Let's start there and build from there. Build your mind from there. Okay? Because if God be for us, it's more than the whole world against us. Don't forget that. Give God its credit. Do not doubt God. Okay? So we got some clients want silence and some don't. So like I say, wherever you're working, you don't see nothing, you don't know nothing. Stay out of their politics. Just stay out. Don't just say like, you could come up with some good answers. Just find your way to stay out of it. Be like, I don't really understand what is going on, to be honest with you. And then when they want to explain to you so that they could try and drag you in, be like, I hear what you're saying, but I'm sure if somebody else tell me the story, they're going to tell me a different version, so I still don't know what is going on. You know? I'm sure you can maneuver yourself. But for right now, your mission is to stay out of office politics. And when you need the time for yourself, go to the toilet. If you're a smoker, go smoke a cigarette. Okay? So, some clients want silence, some don't. So, in your case, silence. Okay? And God said, take time to practice. And stop doing work for that person. Eventually, you'll be able to stop. But for right now, now is not the time to quit. There's still work for you to do in this horrible office or work circumstance. Okay? So when you stop doing work for that person, we got get a professional for that. So if you stop doing work, whatever this is, then perhaps you can start your own. It says it's time to promote what you have to offer to the public. So you need to be self-employed. You need to start your own business. That's what God is saying. So when you're at this workplace, if you have a free time, make sure you have some books that's teaching you what you need to know so that you can start your own business. You're busy reading. I can't talk right now. I'm studying. Studying for what? Shit. If you want to lie, lie. If you want to tell the truth, tell the truth. Okay? We got time to add more to your list of goods. So that's your solution right there. God says you need to work for yourself. You need to stop working for these people, but it's not time yet. Then we got, you do not need to like someone to work well together. Okay? So the adjustments that you need right now in this workspace is more silence and staying out of the office politics. Okay? And in the meantime, start making preparations for you to have your own business so you can run it how you envision it should be run. Okay? So you got your answers for free. God love you. So now you know what to work towards. And remember, we want to do it sexy. You can have some junk food, but don't overdo. Eat some healthy shit. Eat some fruits. Buy some fruit cocktail in the tin and eat that. Have some yogurt. Have a small cup of ice cream. But make sure you eat your veg and your fruits. And don't eat a whole box of pizza. Eat a few slices of pizza. And make sure you put some healthy shit on the pizza. So it's like eating bread and cheese and some spinach and some, what else? Put some spinach on there. Put some eggplant on there. Put some courgette on there. You could put some whatever you like pepperoni or ground beef or, you know, and put double slice it. Put 2 slices together. So that makes a nice whole meal. And after that, if your belly is not full, go eat some oats. Go eat some oatmeal. Pour some oats into something. Add a little bit of water. Add some water. Put it in the microwave or somewhere. Put some nuts in there and sweeten that. Add some milk. Eat healthy. Okay? Enjoy the junk food, but not too much. Make sure you eat healthy as well. So when your body's telling you to go eat, because it seems to be a habit that you have, make sure you got something healthy to eat. And make that shit taste real nice. And don't get all that whipped cream and stuff that's going to sit in your arteries. We don't have time for that. Right. Okay. Very nice. Now, if you feel drawn to number 12, this deck I've been reaching for this deck. This deck been calling to me and coming at me before. It's like it can't wait. Or maybe it's y'all who can't wait. But I have patients, okay? I am the doctor. These are my patients, and I have to make sure that I give due attention to each of my patients and my clients and my customers. You cannot rush me because you're not gonna make me do a bad job and then you make my reputation get sour. Because now that I'm doing yours, I'm sure you don't want me to like half step with yours, do you? You want me to give you as much time and due diligence as is needed to make sure that this visit, this interaction is as thorough and as effective as possible. You see? So just be patient. Okay? Be patient. Everybody deserves due diligence, due respect. Right? So I'm sorry to keep you waiting. But we're here now. And I'm hungry too. But I'm not going to rush because I want to give you exactly what you're due. I ain't going to rush. I'm not going to die. And I did have breakfast today. Thank you. God. I had dumpling and saltfish and some eggplant and it looked like cabbage leaves, eggplant, some kind of green leaves and carrots steamed together. Or kind of stir fry steamish together. Yes, it's been lovely. I made it day before yesterday and I've been eating it for the last, but I didn't get to eat it the first day because I made it late, but I've enjoyed it all day yesterday and today. And you ever notice how when you see people talk about they don't eat overnight food and all type of nonsense? Listen, if the food isn't stale, then what's your problem? Because if you eat overnight food, you know that the food actually tastes better the next day. There's something called marinate. The same way you marinate your chicken or your vegetables or whatever before you cook them. Once you have cooked your food, those flavors, they're still infusing. And they get to a point where it's like if you eat the food exactly when it's finished cooking and you eat the food like tomorrow morning, it's two different food, although it's the same food. And it tastes better. A lot of the times, if not every freaking time, once the leftovers taste better. So I don't see what your problem is with like eating leftovers. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are spoiled. You should try leftovers. If you've never tried it, if you're a great cook anyway, you should try leftovers. Only if you're a great cook. Shit, I'm the type that like overnight pizza and stuff, bruv. Sometimes I take it straight from the fridge and eat it. It's all how your mind perceive it, you know? It's alright. I got one weird quality where I like stale chips. Stale chips when you know when they're fucking so dry and hard to go down your throat. Yeah, I actually like it. But it's because I know how to eat it. You have to eat it with sauce. You have to dip and bite. But the reason why I really like to eat stale chips is because the texture of it I just feel it. I can see it going inside my intestines and just scraping out everything and just getting everything cleaned out. It's like fiber. It's like a source of fiber for me. It's weird, but it works. In my opinion, I like it. But you have to eat it carefully because you fucking choke. You know, it gets sticking in your throat and got you coughing. You need a beverage. But yeah, leftover food is nice, man. Stop being so picky. It's not that serious. Okay? They just messed with my connection there. I just saw it say reconnecting. Alright, so if you're drawn to number 12, I'm drawn to number 12. Let's see what our message is regarding our work. Woohoo! We're here. Are we there yet? We have arrived. Okay, so the subject matter. Ooh, we got sing love songs. Talk nice to me. Okay, so I made this deck to help like musicians to further their musical career. So you could be a musician or possibly something else. This could be talking in a psychological context, just meaning talk nice to someone. So perhaps at work, there's a need for you, like me, to talk nice and stop talking so angrily. Yeah, yeah. Every time is not the right time to let the world know that you're a soldier, okay? So God is like, bring it down some, you know? Let the beauty out. Tell the beast take a back seat for a moment. Okay. So let's see. God said, be nice. Okay. I had to let some motherfuckers know that I'm not the one to play with, you know, because in this world, when you're nice, people take you for a fucking fool. So I had to remind them, yeah, I'm not fucking that. So stop trying that dumb shit with me. Because I'll chew you up and spit you the fuck out. Just like I know you would do to me, I would do it to you too. Not because I'm a high priestess. Not because I'm a lady. I could be a bitch. Shit. I could be a dickhead too. When you want to come push my buttons, make sure you're pushing the right buttons. Because you'll be sorry you pushed any buttons at all. Okay. Feel correct like this. Okay, so we got prayer is needed in this situation. So whatever you find yourself in at work, whatever situation you find yourself in at work where there's a need for you to tone it down and be your pleasant self, is kind of hard because of the circumstances that we are dealing with to be our pleasant self. God says just pray for it. You know, stop carrying the load by yourself. Because you see, if you always shout or exert a lot of energy to make people see you as serious, then you're setting the you're training them to see you only in that light. So then every time you want them to take you seriously, you're gonna have to behave like that. But you see, when somebody is treating you like shit and you maintain your blood pressure and you talk to them like this, and then you back it up with your actions because they're gonna take you for a fucking moo, and then you're gonna have to fucking reach in your bag, which the reason why we fucking talk with bad words and we shout and we talk with force is because we don't want to have to fuck them up. You know what I'm saying? It's like we are lovers, we are not fighters, but I want you to know you're not safe. You think that I'm not safe? I'm telling you, you too are not safe. So let's not go there. Okay? But God say we need to train them to listen to the words that are coming out of our mouth and take us seriously. And we can only do that by speaking just in a regular tone. Don't let them pull you outside of the energy that you want to be in. Or else that's how they're going to train themselves to see you and read you. You know? You understand the psychology? So God is saying if you can't bring yourself to be in that pleasant energy and be taken seriously, just ask me and I will help you. Prayer is needed in this situation. I say we don't have to exert all that energy in order for people to know that we are serious. But me, I really don't want to have to fuck nobody up. But now that I feel like I have made my point clear with the people that I had to make my point clear to, now I know that I'm in a place now where I can return to my natural, regular, calm self because they know who I am now. They've seen me in my Empress energy, and they've also seen me in my Queen of Swords in the reverse energy. Well, not in the reverse yet, because I haven't had to swing my sword yet. But they've seen me in my Queen of Sword energy. Okay? So, for you, I think that you have also made your point clear to whoever has been trying to test you, test your boundaries, whoever has been seeing you as a pushover, a doormat to walk on. I think you've made your point now. So now we can return to beauty. Because you know we are the Beauty and the Beast collective. So we had to get into our beast mode for quite some time now. God says, now you can retreat and let the beauty emerge once again. Okay, you can get back into your feminine energy. Yeah. Whether you're man or woman, you can get back into your feminine energy. Feminine energy is the nurturing energy. The one that talks like this, nice and peaceful and sounds healing without the intensity and feels healing and just that kind nature. People will never know that you have a beast within. That's feminine energy. Okay, so time to stop shouting, time to stop arguing, time to stop with all the energy. Let's just, back to serenity. We've made our point. That's what God is saying. And if you can't find your way back to serenity by yourself and being able to communicate in a serene manner by yourself, pray for it. It's there for us. Okay? So, the underlying issue, we got find ways to get people to hear and understand your lyrics. They will like it. So this is all about making people hear us and take us seriously. We had to get into beast mode, and now God is saying, yeah. So the underlying issue is that we had to find ways to get people to hear and understand what the fuck we're saying. So that's why we were in beast mode for so long. Now we're done. God say it's over now. Okay, you made your point. Great job. Now you can get back to being Zen. Woo-sa. Okay. Let's see. We got this is not your season. Wait. Okay, let's see what that's about. We got change. Either producer, writer, manager, band member, location, change your tone. That's what this is about. This is about our tone. This is about our energy. Going from beast back to beauty. Okay? They've heard us. We can relax now. We got it will get better as a collaboration. So now they know not to fuck with us. So the way that they've been treating us, they won't be treating us that way again because they know what it could get like. We made our point. Okay? So we need to change back our tone and have confidence that they will be treating us better going forward. They've seen what we can be. Okay? We got keep the song, change the beat. Yeah, they're gonna be dealing with us different. Same song, but they're gonna come at us differently now. It's like, okay, you've earned your respect. We see you, and we're sorry for fucking with you. We're sorry for pulling you out of your character. Can we just get back to treating each other with respect instead of pulling down each other? Because what I don't want you to know is your fire is hotter than mine. Yeah. That's what they wouldn't tell us. Our fire is hotter than theirs. Our power is greater than theirs. But they will never admit that. But they see that now, so now they're gonna come at us differently. Thank God. Yeah. So that's basically it. This one says do some cover versions of unpopular songs. Give them new life. So new life is sticking out on this card. Yeah, they're gonna treat us, it's gonna be a new vibe going forward. They've learned their lesson. Expect a miracle. Yeah, people who were trying you, people who were testing you, people who were stepping on your toes, slapping you in your face, be willing to spit in your face and talk shit about you, and yeah, then they don't want to do that anymore. We made our point abundantly clear. Okay. All right. So let's see what was coming next. Oh, it's in the reverse. It says, you are a different person now. Let that person lead the way into the next chapter of your career. They will like it. You are not a different person. It was in the reverse. We are still the same. We just showed them the other half of ourselves. We showed them the masculine side. Yeah. And then we got the packaging makes a difference. So now they see our full package. They've seen the awful side and they've seen the nice side. And I think they prefer the nice side. They want the war to be over. So do I. So do we, don't we? We don't like having to be that version of ourselves. But they push us. They push us and they think we can't push back, so we had to make them know, yeah, I got hands and feet and mouth to spit and mouth to tell lies if I so choose to. Like, if you want to go there, I could go there. It's like, why are you going there? You don't like it when I take it there too. You thought that I couldn't go there. So you thought that you found someone you could take advantage of. Now you know. Okay? Thank you for recognizing. So we give God thanks for that message. We needed to hear that. God is like, yeah, you can calm down now. You made your point. So my lovelies, thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, 2 hours and y'all know how it go when it comes to this channel. Things have been going wrong for too long. There's a whole lot to say and a whole lot to do. So once we have gotten through the first bits of all the madness that we have to get through, all the sludge and the nastiness that we have to get through, then I'll probably be talking less. I won't have to talk so much. I don't chat so much now because everything is new. Okay, a lot of people are now waking up, so because I've already been awakened, I'm here to help wake up other people. So that's why I chat so damn much. And then once that part is done, then I won't have to chat so much. I'll be singing instead. I'll be singing and rapping instead. All right, my lovely. So, like I said, thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. And I wish us all the very best going forward. Take care of yourselves and each other. Go out and shine. Shine like a star. Shining so bright, like the star that you are. Oh, shine into the future, spreading your light wherever you are. Mwah. Bye bye.